What is up, good people? Jungle Inc. here. Hope you're doing well. Yesterday was a day for celebrating a conquest over a rogue regulator that got smacked back into its place. But today, it's back to work. We're going to have to unpack this a little bit because there were some negative elements, suboptimal things for XRP investors, most importantly, for Ripple, and for the broader crypto market. So let's get a full picture of all of this. And make no mistake, it was a dominating victory, better than even I expected. But again, there are some aspects we need to go over there. Before we get into that, I've noticed this. Tell me if you've seen the same. We kept seeing these rulings. Library, for instance. It didn't make any sense. We said, listen, we need better laws. We need guidelines. And what did all these attorneys that are anti-crypto, all these regulators, all these people out there tell us? The rules are clear. The judge has ruled. Suck it up. And now, when it really matters, the actual court case that puts it all on the line, when they lose, what are they telling us? Hey, this doesn't make sense. This is not a good ruling. We need new rules and clarity. Like, which one is it? These people, they always retort, people are investing money. They need protections. There needs to be, different requirements. Yeah, that's what we've been asking for this whole time. I understand that. But what the judge did, she didn't let her emotions get in the way. How she felt the world should be. She made the purely legal ruling. How the rules stand today, and that's exactly what she should have done. And now that the other side has taken a massive loss, I hope they get serious about harassing Congress. The people they should have been bothering all this time, and not entrepreneurs and investors. Now also, before I get into the main topic of this video, I want to talk a little bit about XRP price. I told people we're in the middle of a bear market. Yes, this pulls a lot of risk. I have no doubt the price of XRP will go up. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets some more momentum and continues to do so. But you have to have realistic expectations right now. We're in a bear market. People, argue otherwise. What is ADA? Is it like 30 cents? Polkadot's at $5. Like, no matter how you want to paint the picture, prices may be rising, but we're in a bear market. Understand the environment that you find yourself in. There's going to be limits here. At one point, XRP was over 4x Cardano's market cap. The singular day gains were in the 70% range, and people had bought much lower in anticipation of this eventual outcome and saw big gains in a short amount of time. They're going to take profits. It's only sensible. And further, there's going to be a glass ceiling there because of the environment we find ourselves in. You're not going to erase 3 years of massive damage in a singular ruling. It just ain't going to work like that. This is all about setting the stage, getting us on an even playing field, and getting ready for the next growth phase. That's what yesterday was about. I have no idea where we settle here, but we will settle into a cruising altitude, and then it'll just be about getting ready for big growth on the horizon for general cryptocurrencies. And I think XRP can be a top performer when you have U.S. liquidity. And forget an even playing field. We weren't even allowed on the field last time around, and we still outperformed a lot of different cryptos. When you look at how high that market cap got, it was quite amazing. Shows great decentralization and massive overseas support. Understand the reality of where we are and what it means for the future. That's the big deal here. And I hope I prepared people for that. Again, we may go up higher, we may go lower. This is cryptocurrency investing. Good luck in the short term figuring all of that out. Now, when we look at the summary judgment, when we really unpack things, what would be the most unfavorable element for XRP investors? Well, when we look at things, Ripple can pretty much sell with impunity globally on the secondary market, according to Judge Torres. Now, they have the most XRP. Yeah, some of it's locked away in escrows, but they got a lot there that they can sell at any time they like. And they have, $1 billion more a month coming out again that they could selectively sell. We've known this for a long time. This is the game we bought into. It's very similar to, Elon Musk has too much of the Tesla ownership, really. You have De Beers, they have a lot of the diamond ownership. So you got to ask yourself, is Ripple going to be a good custodian of this value? Because there is some trust there from that aspect. They have a ton of the XRP, and there's risk there. The best possible ruling we could have got is Ripple could only use XRP for productive purposes, use it in an ODL, things of that nature, but they can't sell it at all without registration. Again, this goes back to not the way I would like the world to be. It's their commodity. They should be able to sell it if they want to, and the judge made the correct decision there. We got the right legal decision, but it might not be the very best that XRP holders could expect. I agree with Judge Torres. I applaud her for making the lawful decision, but as an XRP investor, you have to admit, if you took a lot of that XRP and you made it impossible for them to sell onto the market so directly, it might be better. We can be honest about things without having to sugarcoat it. Now, from Ripple's perspective, well, they had some Section 5 violations, sold quite a bit. I think $780 million worth of XRP that was deemed improper. There's going to be a pretty significant penalty there. No one likes that, especially when they probably thought they were being conservative by selling directly to institutions. Worse off on the forward-looking stuff because, that's really what matters here. The past is dealt with the checkbook. The forward stuff, that's what's important. It sounds like ODL from the United States, that should not be sourced from Ripple's XRP. So their ODL customers would need to, dip into the open market to send their payments. They couldn't, source the XRP direct. How much will that affect them? I don't know. I don't have the stats behind the scenes for ODL, but it's an extra restriction there that I'm sure Ripple wished was not. We all thought that ODL was clearly, the use case that wasn't possible to call an investment contract because there's no investment there. But I think the judge is just saying, look, if you are paying Ripple money and you're somehow getting XRP, I'm not going to get into how long you hold it, what your motives were. That's going to be a securities violation. It's harsh, but at least it has logic. Now, when we look at the broader crypto market, this should apply to any crypto project. If Cardano wants to sell some ADA on the open market, Ethereum Foundation sell some ETH, should be fine. But this is the issue. It's not so clear. The SEC can say, well, those are the facts and circumstances for Ripple and XRP, but we have different ones here, and sue that project. And yeah, if they have $200 million laying around and they draw just as good of a judge, and the SEC maybe does the same low quality of work on that case, they might get the same results, but it's not guaranteed because it's not codified, it's not in law. This is specific to Ripple and XRP, and that is a disadvantage for the overall crypto space. I think it will keep the SEC at bay. I think it will stop them from just broadly disrupting crypto, but there is still risk out there for entrepreneurs until we get clarification from Congress. It's still open game out there, and man, can they cause a lot of damage. And the last negative outcome is there's no actual finality here. The SEC may decide to appeal this decision. We'll have to wait and see if they do, but I would be careful there because they have an awful lot of wins. They have an awful lot of good cases, and they have one bad. Do you want to take your worst case and kick that up the ladder and set some precedent with this sucker? I don't know. Mark Fagel says they're going to. I know a lot of the other attorneys have said they will. That's a scary one, especially since you do not know how quickly you could get crypto regulations rolled out in this country. I would be awful careful about kicking this up the ladder. And if they do, the next time around, guess what? Exchanges, they're not going to delist because the ruling is XRP is not a security. And we are dealing from a position of power. And Judge Torres' ruling was sensible and logical and lawful. So what are your chances of winning? Maybe you'll draw a great judge that will see things your way, but I wouldn't gamble on it. They can't harm us in the same manner. Don't get me wrong. If there's an appeal, there's risk there. Of course, things could go awry, but it's much less than that original lawsuit in December of 2020. They ain't going to be doing that kind of damage again. And personally, I hope they do appeal it. I want this to be confirmed because I'm sick of hearing all the critics out there that just make up their own laws. We've been saying all along, cryptocurrencies themselves are not securities. And when people are trading them on the secondary market, the SEC should have no authority because it doesn't involve a security. And here, in the big case, the one that matters, against the defendant that was actually funded to put up a good battle, Judge Torres agreed with the crypto bros and not the moronic attorneys that think they can make up their own laws, that think that just because maybe we should have regulations that they can draft them themselves and just by force throw them on the market. It don't work like that. The judge spit in the SEC's face and said, not in my court, you don't. The SEC enforces the law. They don't write their own. This whole time, we've been asking for sensible regulations, clarity, and for new laws. And it's good for once that they get a little taste of their own medicine. I do not accept when they say, oh, we're going to win on appeal. Do you know what would have happened if Judge Torres deemed XRP as a security and every single cell as a security and we tried to say, oh, this is wrong, we'll see you on appeal? They would laugh us off Twitter. They would laugh us off YouTube. I ain't putting up with it. I have no time for it. We'll see you on appeal. Good luck to you. If you have the guts to show up, which I doubt you really do. Let me know what you think down below. And as always, please like, please subscribe. The revolution will be televised right here on Jungle Inc.